What's up Saab fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while. It's actually been like 46 days since I uploaded a video the last time, and there has been so much in the works, and I have not been feeling for doing any videos and putting out any content because there has been a lot of other stuff, and there is still some minor stuff that needs to clear up. But anyways, today we will shoot a video and we will do the DIY of the refresh of the BBS rims. So I have already started a little bit to paint the inside of the rims, and we should take a look at some of the products that we are going to use today. So here we have the BBS CK006 rims, which is a OEM BBS rims, and they look really nice, but they have some scuffs and tears on them a little bit. They have been repainted a couple of times, is my guess, because in some of the scratches you can see there is like gold underneath. So I think they have had a couple of different colors through the years. But the finish is pretty good on them, so we are going to smoothen out scuffs like this. There is really no need, in my opinion, to put in like putty and stuff like that. You could do it if you want to keep 100% the OEM line, but what I have done on previous rims, and it has turned out pretty good, is just to grind it down and sand it down to just smoothen it out. I think you will get a better result if you do it like this and you have a bare metal edge instead of like a putty edge. So it would be a lot more fragile, but you can see this rim has not so much to it. So here we just need to like scuff up the surface and make it nice again. This one has a little bit more, like a scratch right here that we need to like sand down. And this is the result of the inside of the rim, which I painted earlier. It turned out so nice. And this is just a quick job. I just sanded it down really roughly, and it has the 2K clear on the paint, and this is just perfect. This is the finish that you want, and this is just the inside of the rim. So the products that we are using today are from Hagmans, and this is quality great stuff, and this is stuff that you can buy and do on your own at home. A lot of stores in Sweden carry this in their assortment. So we have some chemical metal putty that we could put in if we would have had like bigger defects, curb rashes, and we have this filler if the rims would have looked really bad in the surface. Now they don't, so I don't think we will really need this. Maybe, but I don't think so. Some silicone remover. This is like the last step before we start to paint, to get rid of everything on the surface so we don't get any defects in the paint. I have some primer. This is like light gray, and we have the silver gray, which is the rim paint, and this is super good. I have used it numerous of times before in other projects, and it has worked really good. Those times I have ended up doing a 1K clear on top of everything, and it has worked, but the best case scenario is this 2K clear. So you just take this red little dot right here and push it in the bottom, shake it up, and it activates the hardener, and you get a really nice coating. So we have a couple of cans of those as well, because I want to have a really glossy nice finish to it. And this is like one layer of clear inside, and it really is enough. But on the outside I think we will do a couple of layers, but it looks really good. So we will start with just sanding down and fixing this. So I have an angle grinder which is really aggressive to the rims, so you have to be a little bit careful, but scratches like this is super easy. It just takes a couple of like seconds or minutes if you are really careful to sand or grind this down to get a really nice curvature of the rim. And for the other rims that looks pretty good, then we will just use like this grinder right here, or this sander. This is an 80p paper, which is really rough, but to take away the really big defects. Then we are going to do by hand like 180p, and I think that will be enough. If you are a little bit careful, you should be good to go, and then put on some primer coats, and that will fill out really nice, and then the base coat, and then the clear coat. So you don't want any streaks to like shine through. So you could go over with a little bit of finer grit. Recommended before painting, I think, is like 400 grit. So we will see what we end up doing, but we will start with taking off the heavy defects, and then we are going to work our way down, and then finally the painting. So I didn't want to bore you, but here we have the results after the sanding and grinding, and you can definitely see that it was painted gold before. I would imagine these rims painted gold on a black car would look really nice. But anyways, now they are sanded and perfected, and the surface is scratched up so that the primer could get a really nice adhesion to the rim, so the paint will stick. So there is some small like rock chips and stuff. I have sanded them a bit, but I don't think it will be like visible. If you do it like this now, the rim is really scratched up, but it looks pretty okay even though. So with the new paint on, I think this will look really nice. And you can see I flattened down the edge but you can still see some minor like marks on the edge at somewhere. But as I said, when we fill it out with paint, it won't be visible until you come like super close, because I don't want it to like grind down the whole edge. But this will be really good. And instead of blowing like compressed air everywhere, I'm gonna start with this silicone remover so that the primer could adhere really good to the rim and we get rid of all the dust. I'm gonna break out a tack rag also. Here we have a tack rag so we don't have like any dust particles. A really nice thing would be to wetten the floor. I could do it, but when I painted the barrel I didn't see much problem. And since these are like tiny and thin spokes, there won't be a problem with dust in the paint. I can assure you that. That would be if we would be painting a car, like a big hood or something, then it's really nice to wet the floor. So let's go get on with cleaning the wheels off and then start the paint. Now I have laid down the first layer of base coat, and now I'm going over and just looking a little bit how it looks from different angles. And I noticed right here that I had started to get some runs, so then it's just to take it slow, take some sandpaper, sand it down and apply some more base coat, because we are going to go at least 2 coats of base coat, and it's now or never to fix this, because when you have the runs in the base coat you can't fix them later. So fix it while it's fresh. It's drying up really nice and really quick, so when you have done like the last rim out of 4, you can go back and start like a little bit of adjustment and sanding on the first one. And now we will apply coat number 2. I will probably not film it, but it's just the same to go around the rims, and soon we will start to apply the clear coat. So now all the rims have 2 well coated base coats, so we got an even coverage of the entire rim, and it looks really good. Now we're gonna start to apply the 2K clear coat. So we just take this red button right here, push it in, then shake up the can for like 2 minutes, and then start to apply. And as always with clear coat, start with a really light tack coat and then go heavier on the next round, and the rounds after that you can go pretty heavy, just as long as it doesn't run or get any drips. So be a little bit careful, but these products are really good. This works like equally good as a compressor with a gun, a paint gun works. You get this really nice like spray mist, and you can keep a distance, and the finish of the clear coat is so nice. It gets like rock hard, and you get a really nice gloss to it. So the rims are really glossy as they are right now, but they will get even better. So I will prepare this, and we will start with the clear coat. I don't know how well the results show on video, but this is a really nice like glossy coat to it. So the next one we are going to go a little bit heavier to get an even thicker and better coat, and we will have a lot more gloss to it as well. This is the final product then. I ended up with 3 layers of clear coat, and I think it came out really nice. Now it has to dry, of course, but it looks so much better than when we started. And this 2K clear is so much better than a regular like standard 1K, because this 2K clear builds up much better than a regular one, so you get that really deep 3D effect and that rich gloss to it. And it's super easy to apply. Like I said before, you get that perfect mist. So really happy about this. And if you want to know how much paint I used for this project, for the face of the rim, now I have gone with a little bit of extra clear that you don't have to do, but it's nice to do it. So I ended up with 1 can of primer. To start with, some silicone remover, and this is the can that I used for the inside of the rim, the barrel, and also the face of the rim. So one can of this is enough. 1 can of primer, 2.5 can, not really a half can, I have just started the third one. So let's say 2 full ones would do. I did a little bit of extra to make it perfect and used a little bit of extra. So 2, maybe buy 3, so you have enough for the face. And for the clear coat I used 3 cans. You could easily do it with 2 cans and get a great result. And if you want to do the barrel also, here I used 1 can of primer, 1 can of paint, and 2 cans of clear coat. So you do the math. In total 5 cans of clear coat and like 3 cans of the silver gray paint and 2 cans of the primer, and you would be good to go. So now I just have to order some fresh tires, let these rims cure for a couple of days so you get a really nice curing phase and don't like scratch or dent any rim when they are new painted. And this will look so nice on the car. Can't wait to use them. And now it's getting that weather when you need to put on your summer tires. I've seen a lot of people do that on like Facebook and Instagram. So I need to get ready really soon. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. And please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. So now we're gonna keep steady pace to the Saab festival and try to make things happen. So until next time, see you guys. Bye.